New developments in the sensational UK trial of celebrity chef Nigella Lawson's former personal assistant. Her millionaire ex-husband testifying today that he does not know if his ex Nigella took drugs despite previous email claims that suggested that. Now, Brian Claypool is a former prosecutor. Alex Little is a criminal defense and litigation attorney. Thanks for both coming in. I was excited to get into this case because as we were prepping for the segment this morning, one of our producers, she shall remain nameless, told me the case is, quote, dripping with sex. Not a phrase I usually use or hear when I'm covering the White House. So let's jump right into it. Alex, why don't you start? Tell us about these latest developments and how sex appeal and drugs have been fueling this entire case.
Sure. Today the big piece was getting Charles Saatchi on the stand to try to answer these accusations that he put into an email about his ex-wife's use of drugs. He had essentially accused his ex-wife of being on a long drug binge and said that these girls, the Griot sisters, were going to get off because of her kind of pattern of drug use.
Brian, do you think that they're going to buy this, this sort of a flip in the defense? The emails suggesting she was using drugs, now the ex-husband saying, no, never mind.
Well, John, first of all, there's no evidence that she engaged in any drug use. Second, it's not even relevant in the case. I don't think this case belongs in a criminal court. I think it's a private dispute. And I think in a civil court, hands down, the sisters would win because for 4 years they were on this spending spree, yet Mr. Saatchi failed to look at his credit card statements. He had a finance director who knew about all of this spending and didn't bring it to his attention because he thought it was a trivial matter. I find this really hard to believe that this case is even in criminal court.
Alex, what do you say to that? Should this case even be moving forward? And what is the next step in all of this?
You know, I don't think it is because if you look at the evidence, he's absolutely right. You know, you're sitting there. If you tell your if your kid's taking $20 a month, $20 a week from you to go to the movies every week, and 3 years later you say, wait a minute, he's been stealing from me. It's the same idea. This is not something that should have gone to criminal court. The evidence right now does not look good for the prosecution in Crown Court over in the UK, and I think it's been a really, really tough day for them.
So, Brian, make a prediction for us. Is this going to get thrown out?
Prediction, it should be thrown out. If it's not thrown out, I think these sisters will be acquitted. And I think, again, Saatchi needs to start reading his credit card statements and find a new finance director.
Alex, we need a quick
Happy Thanksgiving, by the way.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays. Alex, do you want to venture a little guess here about what's next in this awfully spicy trial?
I can't imagine what's coming next, but I will say it's only going to be juicy. You had today Mr. Saatchi slamming on the witness stand. At the end, though, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not an acquittal for the Griot sisters.
We'll be watching it closely. Alex, Brian, happy holidays. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Appreciate it, Jamie.